now that I'm getting organized, I am up and about. I am waking up like hours before my alarm, and I'm not fighting it. I want to go back to sleep. My alarm didn't go off yet. I'm like, I'm alert. I'm alive. Let's get some stuff done. And this weekend, I am going thrifting. It is Friday. It's a weekend. It's part of a weekend. Aloha Friday to everybody. I am going to be going to a yard sale. And then once I get home, I'm going to be getting ready to list some items. Prep for an auction on Saturday, which is tomorrow. I am last minute and I'm working on that. And then record for the Reseller Island podcast. And then who knows whatever else my wife wants me to do and we have planned. Don't know. I always find out till the last minute. See how that goes? Last minute person. So it's okay to be last minute, because sometimes being an early bird doesn't mean nothing. Sometimes you can be a snowbird and find best items that people didn't know that they had, that they finally take out to thrift stores, and yard sales, and flea markets, and so on and so forth. So today we're gonna have some fun. We're at Dutch Broski's, gonna get some coffee. We got 30 minutes until some yard sales start opening up. Very close.
Or Kirk Cousins between 35 and 40 million a year.
Yeah. So you just pop it up right here and just so easy. I used to coach in baseball about.
I have a conversation. I got SonnyLasVegas right here. No, just
just got
Sunny, I listened to you.
Oh,
see,
Yeah.
third one in a row. Hello.
J-Ride.
Hey, how's it
J-Ride.
going?
Yeah, no, I heard your voice. I didn't see the hair though. I didn't see your hair.
That's my mask,
That's
my
it,
incognito
right?
mask.
Yeah,
He's incognito. My bad, man. I'm so sorry.
No, J-Ride, Reseller Island, man. I started.
Yeah.
To you guys,
My bad.
man.
Yeah, we're about to record at 11 today.
Oh, okay.
Usually it's Thursdays, but
Yeah.
he was a little busy yesterday.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually from LA. I'm visiting my parents out here.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But,
All right, ladies and gents, I'm gonna see what I could find in my friend Caesar's pile over here. I already looked at one shirt, and it is a new brand for me. Let me know if you've heard of it. Tattoo Golf. One of these on eBay sold for $17, but it had Ace Hardware shirt embroidery sewn on it. So I'll fill a bag. Let me go get a 50-gallon bag and fill this up.
That's what she told me. I didn't tell her that. I wasn't going to say that.
Second item, little baby blanket knit. This is like you sit around, drink coffee or tea. Nice size, good quality. That's going in the bag. Tip is going to be smelling me and jealous, which is good because Tip hasn't been paying attention to us because my mother-in-law's back.
Oh, how's she doing?
She's doing good.
That's awesome. Is she used to the time frame?
Come on. Today's goal is to get as much pieces of glass that I can listed and available on Niknax for tomorrow's auction on Saturday. I'm going to be showing you each one of these pieces that are going to be up there. Don't know what I'm going to be starting the price as, but I know I'm going to have to make sure I do this right because some pieces of glass can be very heavy. So I need to consider shipping weight, dimensions, and have that all plugged in. So when it comes to larger items other than jewelry, which I just had to sell previously on Niknax and another auction before that, in total, I am around $450 that I was able to cash out, which that means I get to now take care of my brake pads, which is one of my goals of reselling items to take care of that. And that's going to be happening tomorrow. So now all of the extra money is going to start going back into the savings and budget to go sourcing and thrifting for items like I used to in the past. So let's check these things out. You're going to love what I got to show you, so stick around. If you haven't caught up to my previous videos or just not watching me for the first time, thank you either way. I appreciate every one of you. I've been finding glass for around 2 years now and being a student of learning as much as I can. And not until just about 6 months ago and a summer ago was probably my oldest ones that I've got here. My pride and joy are going to be these luster green UV reactive, and I have 2 of them. Then I also have this one that I scored sourcing that for like $14. High dollar amount for that one's going to be $500 minimum, $450. That is a UV reactive L.E. Smith swung vase. That one is gorgeous. One of the biggest ones I've come across personally. Then I also have some other items that are pretty unique just like that one right there, which also glows. I also love looking for the smaller items, the things that people love and look for. These are also UV. So I do have a black light I want to throw up in here and see if it works. So I need to find that. I've been organizing my office, but as things are moving mentally, I am not organized anymore. But with I put everything in the bin here from the auction that I had, and I should have separated it. I need some kind of divider of some sort to keep it separated so I don't have to go and source it out again and pull pieces together. That'll make it a lot easier. But what I need to find is my black light string that I got, and I think I just seen it now. Pushed it up in over here, so I ended up getting this on Amazon. So I'm going to see if I could set this up and how this works and see if it helps with the glow-in-the-darky stuff. Then I also have some other things inside here that are not glass. This one's pretty unique, and I'll tell you about this one, folks. This one right here of the Frogman, this is a very unique one that a viewer, Daniela, helped me out with in Facebook. She sent me a screenshot and said, you might want to go back and look at that. And in the screenshot, it looked like a very small little frog. So I don't know how I overlooked this, but I did. And I ended up getting this for a very good price. Look up Frogman bronze frogs figurines, and you'll be amazed how much they sell for. This one does have a little bit of wear, so this will be in my collection for quite a bit. And if I price it up anywhere, it'll probably be starting at like $200, $300. So even with the wear on here, it's still going to be okay because that's how it usually sits on anyways. And these are fun figurines to look out for, especially if you could get them for a really low price, even just for yourself. It doesn't have to be for reselling. So Caesar, thank you once again, my friend. I was just visiting him this morning. He had a yard sale, but there are some outlets here on every level of this curio. If you could see it. Oh, that one right here, it's underneath. So it's underneath every one of them. What it looks like, yeah. And they are on both sides. Bam. So there's a cord that goes to this curio, and I misplaced it somewhere. But I remember as I was cleaning this stuff out, I grabbed all the loose cords and USB thingies and put them in a bag. So I got to find that bag, and I'm hoping that brown cord is in there so that way I could use those lights. But somebody in the comments mentioned, and I'm telling you folks, I pay attention to y'all. So I might not be able to reply right away, but I try to show you. What did I do with it? Because it's small and it's shiny. So I was looking at it as if it was glass right under my nose here on the table. But they have black lights the size of these. And I was looking on Amazon. I don't need to always go to Amazon for every little thing, although it helps other resellers on there. But I want it here and now. So I am going to be going to Lowe's or Home Depot later on and seeing if they have some black lights like this. These get very hot and they could be very expensive. Even just the clear white ones, yellow ones, like 30, 40 or more, especially if you're buying packs. So this goes right in there, and I removed it. So I'm going to be taking this with me and seeing if I could get a black light rather than using the string lights, which I already invested on and it's too late to return it. Oh well, I'll be making use of that, but it'll be better, I think, of having them just set on top. Carla wants to go to the gym, so we're gonna go to the gym. I am so ready to go thrifting, but it is the weekend, it is Friday, and I got this stuff to take photos of, so it's gonna be a really good day. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going thrifting. I'm gonna take my mother-in-law with me. Time to get my swollen. No cardio for me today, maybe. I am gonna be focusing on weights. I'm ready to get in shape, not just cardio. I think I'm too conditioned for cardio. Plus my knees are sore. It seems like 1 is a good time to come exercise, more parking. Everybody's probably eating all the calories they burned off. I did 4.5 miles in cardio, and I did do a chest workout for about 15 minutes. Doesn't take very long. Not lifting a lot of weights right now, but I am going to be ramping it up and try to get my swole on and get toned and lose my baby fat. 43 years of baby fat. It's a tight squeeze over here to get this. Worth it. Remember this? Remember I showed you this? This thing right here? Remember I got it from the bins out in Hawaii, which wasn't very long ago. It just sold So let's go pack it up and drop it off and continue working on tomorrow's auction. Ladies and gents, the last few days, I've been not really busy, but having some nice quality time off with Carla. Yesterday, we went to go get a massage, and Carla was like, let's just do it monthly. And then she was like, I'm going to cancel it. So she canceled it this morning. There's nothing wrong with canceling memberships, especially when they're like, hey, you got 3 days to cancel it before we start charging you for everything. And then you got to do all this and that to cancel it. And it takes 90 days. Come on, 90 days to cancel a membership when you want it done in about 5 minutes or less. Come on, folks. Companies out there, don't make it hard for people. That's why a lot of people don't stick with you, because you make it just so frustrating. I used to be a kickboxing instructor, and part of our job was to sell memberships. Easy to do. You get people involved and they go, but many of them were like, I liked it at first, but I'm really not going to do this. I want to cancel it. And then they come to you, and then you got to have answers for them. So one of the things when I started applying to jobs and working at places, they asked me in interviews, what, you have any questions? I've always said yes. What are some bad things I need to look forward to know the answers? So if anybody asks me, and they're always like, well, bad things? No, everything's great here. No, it's not. Don't lie. Be honest. That's what people want. Honesty, and let them roll with it. You want to hire good people? Hire good people. You want crappy people? You're going to get crappy people. While we're down here, might as well get some of the glass pieces for tomorrow. So that way I don't have to be back and forth. And good thing I'm down here, because there are some stuff I'm going to be using. And I'm glad I realized this to share with you. If you're looking into reselling fragile items, things of glass, mixed glass, metal, things like that, think about the shipping supplies you're going to need. Definitely going to need bubble wrap with glass, or a crap load of stuffing paper, which isn't always cheap. So when you're out looking for things, look on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, ask family and friends, ask neighbors, hey, do you got any packing material or boxes that you're not going to use from like Amazon or gifts or things that you received that you could repurpose and help save the world? You could be a part of that crew. All right, so this Disney Park Safari pith hat, Mickey ears, straw adult, one size, Magic Kingdom hat, straw hat, sold for $25 plus shipping. Such a great find from the Goodwill bins, folks. There is a little, you see that little unthreading right there? That's in the photos, is also mentioned in the descriptions. Really good quality feel of a straw hat. There are some where it feels like it's so dried out that it's just going to start cracking and breaking off. But this feels like it's healthy straw, flexible, giving. So great find, great sell. Didn't take very long to sell at all. But when it comes to odd shapes like this, how do you even ship that? What price and shipping cost do you charge? Well, let me see what I put up on here. For things like this, I usually don't like any of that, like odd shapes and long dimensions, although I do ship some heavy, big items. But something like this, I knew it was going to be worth doing it and figuring it out. So the experience will teach you a lot, having to go through the process. The shipping cost for this was $5.25. How I'm going to pack this up, I don't know just yet. So give me a moment to figure that out, and I'll show you what I come up with. About less than a minute later, here I is to show you what I've come up with. And what I'm about to do, it will probably have the last person who cringed when I sold the Pendleton wool hats. So we'll stick to my clear sleeve. I am going to fold this up. I am not trying to press down so hard that I make creases, and I will be bending in the ears right here. And rather than just throwing it in the box, I often share with you that I like to have clear sleeves and things because it looks nice. It looks like a gift. All right, it may loosen up just a bit. Pull that there. Fold that over so it stays a little tight. Not a hard fold. Place it inside my go-to eBay box, which use your discount codes, shipping codes if you do. And this is the first time in a long time that I've actually taped up the top side of the box instead of the bottom. I'm not superstitious. At least I say so. I don't feel like I got any bad vibes from it. I have nothing but good vibes from this hat. And a lot of times I pick items of how I vibe with it. Whether there's any sell-through rates that show like it's a good item to pick or not. There could be a million of them listed and only one sold. But if I'm vibing with something, I'm going to go for it. And if it's for like a bins item that I buy for very cheap with everything else that I've already profited on from that visit to Hawaii, then it even sweetens the deal of what I picked. And this right here, $25 sell, score, folks. Now, see how much the shipping cost is going to be. 5. Shipping cost came down to $5.62. I was charging $5.25. So a little bit came out of the profits, but folks, pretty good sell. Not bad. Before I drop this off, I'm going to wash my bootay and then drop this off. And then come back. Maybe even take a detour to the thrift store. All right, got a envelope here and a package to pick up. All right, we got ourselves dropped off a package. Now picking up a package. I believe this is from Storage Stalkers out in California. They have whatnot shows quite often. And when I get to the point that I want in my reselling life journey, I'll be taking you along with me and having more whatnot auctions. But until then, I have no problem just being on my two favorite platforms, Niknax and eBay. I'm really enjoying my new little box cutter that I got when I went sourcing with Caesar at the community yard sales. Got from Storage Stalkers. Look at that, inside the bag, folks, what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on. What's inside here? Is this money? Let's see. Sonny and Carla wish you guys many blessings and great finds. Oh, Alex and Liz. I'm going to save this. I like these. I like cards like this. Hey, my friends. I'm going to rip it open. I don't want to use the blade and rip it. They did mention that some of this is a little dirty, which is why they had it at the price that they did. But there was one item inside here that I was really excited about, and it was only me and one other person that bid up. $18 in total. So look, it's crazy, right? But it's okay. These are old school painter's hats. This is not the one I was worried about or caring about. I'll see if it's worth reselling, and I'm pretty sure I could take out majority of those stains. The brim is not cracked out, it's just bended. Painter's hats are usually like really thin, cracked, brittle is probably the better term, and pretty flimsy, but this has some really good material in here. So I could clean that up if it's worth doing. There are 2 of them. I did see this in there and it was signed. So I could throw this in some water with OxyClean and get majority of that dinginess out. Look at that sign. Old school racing cap. This is dirty, folks. You might be being like, really, Sonny? You got that? I did, because of this one right here. And not horrible condition. It's easy to shape these, and I might do that tomorrow and show you how to do that. But look at that big patch. The Grateful Dead. This one has a great brim. I could tell just by the videos, like, or the live auction, that this was a really, really good hat. He did miss with the strap back, and it did not break or snap, which I'm like, okay, it's really good condition, and it is nice and stiff to where I can't even close it. There you go. You hear that? Nice healthy snaps inside there. And there are different types of tags to look out for. This is a Speedway, so this is like a trucker hat, Grateful Dead. So this hat right here, I have not found any of them that have sold on eBay. There are other platforms that you may find the same item and says that it has sold, and then you click on it and it'll be like item not available. That drives me nuts, especially on those platforms. Wouldn't you want to show those items and how much they sold for? So it would encourage other people to list items identical to it or similar. Minimum listed, okay? Listed could mean anything and nothing at the same time. So listed minimum $89 up to $130. There's somebody with like a different colorway of the hat that has it up at $189. I think $89, I'll put mine at $89.99. But first, I am going to be shaping this up. I still have some work to do. I still have some work behind me. Just a few minutes ago, I was waiting on some feedback from my bank to see if I could do something, because I ended up getting a sale from a California neighbor state friend about some items that I showed here on this channel, and they reached out, emailed me and said, hey, I'm interested in 3 of the items, but if I come across any more of these ornaments or similar ones, to notify them. And that is such a good thing, to be able to have platforms like this and emails and communicate as best as you possibly can to get more business in and not just rely on platforms. For years, I've sold on eBay for like 4 years, and then I opened up to cross-listing Poshmark, Mercari, and then Whatnot came along, and I was running that at the same time, and then I found like it was just too much for a moment. So I ended up dialing it down after looking at what were the best platforms for me at the time, and there was only 3: eBay, Niknax, and Whatnot. Let's bring that down. All right, and then we're gonna have eBay, which is great, but no, we're not gonna do that. So eBay and Niknax. Niknax is my favorite. I sell a lot more items a lot faster. As if you are interested and not doing very well on one platform, considering trying out other platforms, at least just long enough to find out what's working and not working, because there were some items that I had on eBay in the past that were sitting there for months, and then when I tried cross-listing and put, say, this one particular item of a hat, it was a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren horse, something like, it didn't look like much. It had a little patch on it, and that sold for $135 within like 24 hours when it was on another platform for months, like 3 months. So it wasn't just because of cross-listing, it was because it was on a whole nother platform with a whole bunch of new eyes that didn't see it on eBay, because there's a lot of people out there who don't like Amazon, they don't like eBay, they don't like all these other platforms, but they do have a favorite one that they go to. So ladies and gents, let's continue back and show you what I have. Some of the glass, because I got some work ahead of me, taking photos, getting dimensions, getting weight, plugging all of these things in for tomorrow's sale. But one of my favorite ones, I think, that I have, is one of my bigger ones. It's right in front of me. So let me grab this. So look at this beauty right here. I ended up getting this at a swap meet, the only swap meet here in Las Vegas. It is a nice, beautiful glass piece. Nothing's wrong with it at all. There is a light UV reactive glow. It still even has a sticker by Viking. So this is a beautiful swung vase. This is probably the first swung vase I came across, and then other ones like the pink one by Ellie Smith. That's a rare one. I may consider listing that, but that is my pride and joy of glass. But for a while, this one is. And I have a feeling this year I am going to be coming across some beautiful, amazing glass. Just like my friends all out on the East Coast, they find some beautiful glass, so much of it in their thrift stores. And for me here in Las Vegas, it's a bit hard. So this will be available on there tomorrow. My auction starts at 7 p.m. So let me give you a little highlight of everything behind me. So I have quite a bit of glass to the side of me, and I'm clearing out these cabinets because, like I said, I want to work on redecorating or setting up my office to be more of a boutique style. So I'm excited, super excited. And if you're happy for me and excited for me for how long I've been working on this stuff and it's coming together, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, while you're doing that, which only takes a second, I'm going to show you what I have. So I have quite a bit pieces of glass, and I am not afraid to sell large pieces of beautiful glass like this. This is hard and has been a struggle to find out information about it, the maker, and anything, because there's all types out there, and I don't know what to price it as, so we'll see tomorrow. It's a beautiful art piece. Nice, I would say, studio art glass, so we'll see. Here's another one that I ended up finding at the same time. Nothing wrong with them. No chips, no cracks, no dip in them. This is one of two that I had. The other one sold for $30 and it was much larger. And this one is a smaller one. Anything with grapes I usually look at, especially if I could get it for the right price. The kaleidoscope, I'll see about that. It is a locomotive glass cell and it does have stained glass on there, so that counts. This is one that I've had in the background that people have asked for in the past. And I've had it for quite a while, yeah. So I'm finally going to let it go because I want to replace it with new stuff. This is one I ended up finding a while back along with several others. If you come across these, be very careful because those pedals, if you just put too much pressure on it, you could break them. Trust me, I know. I'm speaking from experience because one of them was rusted in pieces. Now this one right here, dolphins, Chris. If Chris watches my YouTube videos, she's usually on Niknax and loves dolphins, but I'm sure she's not the only one. Beautiful glass piece. Look at that, hand-blown glass. A lot of hand-blown glass here. Then the paperweights are here, but they're going to be saved for the paperweight sale. And this is one that's pretty unique. So this is the first one I've seen that has like that dimple on the inside. And what's pretty cool about that, I should bring it over here, a little flip around. And I have some down here, folks. Let me see. I don't want to step on this glass here. So, where they at? Can you see that? There's a dimple on that one too, on the very top. Beautiful pieces. Where's the other one? There's another one somewhere around here. So all of these paperweights are going to be available. There it is. See that dimple on top? Can y'all tell me more about that? I have no ideas about these dimples on top. This one's a cute one, a tighter one, smaller one, but those are a lot deeper. That one and that one. And then that one's going to be available tomorrow. That's a beautiful piece of glass right there, right next to the face. And those large paperweights all go into a separate one. Oh man, I got quite a bit of stuff to look at and consider. Let me step back over here and place this here. This is one that I've had for a while. I had two of these. One was the other one that sold was a little different, sold for around $24, $23, somewhere around there in the 20s. So I've had this one aside for quite some time inside this cabinet here, but I'm starting to clear it out as you see. And then some other pieces. Has a little atomizer, little pump. It works as well. Crackled glass. Nice, beautiful type of Tiffany blue color on there. It is not Tiffany & Co., but it is a beautiful little piece. Big glass. Bohemian. Beautiful piece of glass right here. Great work. Gold. Nice. No cracks, no chips. And then this one right here. Now, clear glass is one that people are hit or miss, and it's usually a miss, but I still love my clear glass. It'll be coming back one day, and I'm going to be happy saying like, yes, I was getting them at the right time for the right cost. Now, this one is from the original box right here. Made in Poland. Crystal glass, 24% lead crystal. This is by Borden's Jewelers since 1900, Cookeville, Tennessee. All right, so yeah, I got quite a bit of stuff to be getting ready for tomorrow. If you can see the time right here, it is 7:13 p.m. and I am getting this video up. I'm trying to be as active as I can, but with my mother-in-law being here, we've been getting her out of jet lag. She's been resting all day, so I think I just heard her moving around earlier. Carla already left to work, and I'm gonna see if my mother-in-law wants to go thrifting, because I know Carla doesn't like to thrift, but every once in a while she likes to go look for seasonal stuff that we could decorate here at the house. But my mother-in-law, she loves thrifting, so stay tuned for thrifting videos on my thrifting channel. And ladies and gents, thank you for all the amazing support. Check me out on Niknax tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to have a lot of glass available time and time again, but I have to look for more now that I got my space back and getting more of it cleared up. Tomorrow's going to be a big difference on having this stuff be rearranged. So just because the camera gets turned off doesn't mean I stop. I still have a lot of work ahead of me that I look forward to. Unlike when I was in school as a teenager, I hated homework, but as a student of reselling, I love it and I can't get enough of it. And I'm going to continue sharing it with you. You enjoy it. And you might end up scratching your head about it, but you'll be very happy with the outcome that keeps coming from the work ethic that I've built rather than the past where I was lazy. Laziness is out the window. It's nothing but go, go, go from now on.